we're going to break down a really intense debate between two photographers.
And while we do that, we're also going to give you a kind of masterclass in English vocabulary and some basic camera concepts.
That's right. Our source is a script. In it, you have Julian, who's a traditional photojournalist, and Elena, a modern artist and tech entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur is someone who starts their own business. And Elena's whole argument is built around new technology, specifically picture profiles.
Which are basically camera settings that control how your image looks.
Exactly. And the debate kicks off with Julian making a pretty bold claim. He tells Elena, your reliance on these intricate picture profiles is a technical crutch.
Okay, so intricate just means very complicated or detailed.
Yep, and calling it a crutch, that's a strong word. He's saying she depends on technology because she lacks the skill to get it right in the moment.
And he explains why. He says, by flattening the image to a gray log scale, you bypass the immediate emotional truth of the scene.
So let's break that down. A log scale saves all the light information, but it makes the photo look really flat and gray. Julian says by doing this, you bypass or, completely avoid the real feeling.
He feels it prioritizes editing on a computer later over the intrinsic, the essential or fundamental value of what's happening right in front of you.
But Elena fires right back. She says that's a rotten way to look at progress.
Rotten here just means very bad or unfair, in a casual way.
Right. She says these profiles aren't a weakness or a disability. For her, they're a bridge to a better final image.
And she gives a great example. Shooting near the equator where the sun is, as she puts it, brutal.
Just incredibly strong. She says she needs a profile that can withstand or resist that intense light. It helps her compensate for the camera sensor's limits.
So it helps her make up for what the camera just can't physically see all at once, the brightest brights and the darkest darks.
Exactly. But Julian thinks this changes you as a photographer. He talks about working at high-altitude great heights in the Himalayas.
He says he didn't need a digital variant or a different version of reality to feel a sense of awe.
And here's his main point. When you standardize every photo, making them all uniform and flat, you refrain from making a choice.
You stop yourself from being a creative in that critical moment.
Elena couldn't disagree more. She says, I want to rein in every bit of data.
To rein in something is to control it, like reining in a horse. She wants all the information she can possibly get.
Her example is documenting a city choked by carbon dioxide emissions. She doesn't want to bake in the look in the camera because she might lose details in the smog.
She asked Julian why he would entangle himself or trap himself in what she sees as old-fashioned thinking.
And Julian's answer brings it all back to the human story. He talks about photographing a man in London suffering from alcoholism.
He says the light was moody dark, emotional, imperfect.
And that imperfection was part of the story. He argues that if he had used a profile to fix it, he would have sanitized the man's pain.
Made it too clean, too fake. He says the struggle was in those shadows.
Elena's final point is that profiles just give her flexibility. The ability to choose the truth later by having the most complete record possible.
But Julian's conclusion is pretty powerful. He says a complete record is just data. Art needs a stance.
A definite position. And by deferring your choices, by delaying them for later, you stop being a witness. You just become a technician managing a file.
So this whole debate really boils down to one question for you, whether you're learning English or photography.
Yeah.
When do you make the choice?
Do you commit to an emotion in the moment, like Julian? Or do you capture all the data you can and make your choice in post-processing, like Elena?
It's the difference between capturing a finished photo versus capturing a digital file that's ready to be shaped.
And a final thought to leave you with. Does having the power to fix everything later on a computer actually make it harder to remember what the honest, emotional truth of that moment really was?